I started coming to church when I was 8 years old, and it was through the van ministry. First, my grandmother we came from Massillon, so it wasn't like we could just catch a ride from anybody, but the church members of the church came and picked us up faithfully.
My name's Chalmer Perkins, pastor at Lifeline Church in Alliance, Ohio. Justin Smith has asked me what bus ministry means to me and how I've been affected by it. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for someone having a burden and a passion to go out and pick people up on a bus. Bus ministry literally saved my life.
I know in the early days of planning the church, between Brother Eller and myself, we picked up just about everybody, and I can tell you that it was a tremendous blessing for the people that were riding, but also for the church as a whole.
About the age of, I think 13, I decided to come on my own, and having a parent that didn't come to church, the van ministry or transportation ministry really helped me be connected and involved, and through that process I loved coming to church.
When I was a young boy, I came in the church 9 years old. Dirty little boy, just all boy, dirty, playing outside all the time. And I had a pastor who picked me up and invested in me and poured into my life and created a burden into me for bus ministry.
Without that, I would not be able to come. So, I mean, it was through people coming from Canton to Massillon to pick me up each week that I started to just love to come to church.
I know the RideShare program, while it's a name that we've given, at the same time it's really what we're about as the body of Christ. Everything we have, our cars, our homes, everything we have really belongs to God, and to me, sharing what we have with others that don't have is just what the church is all about.
Without the van ministry, I'm not even sure if I would be in church, because I think I've been riding the van ever since I started coming to church. So without that, I don't think I would probably be in church, because I don't have transportation on my own. So.
And I enjoyed getting on the bus and going because I knew I was going to a safe place. When I stepped foot on that bus, I got away from everything going on in my home. I got away from the arguing and the fighting, and when I stepped in the bus, it became a safe place for me, and ministry was birthed into me at a young age.
And many of the kids that are in our Sunday school depend on the rides from the church.
My wife and I one day put 14 people in that little hatchback because we didn't want to make multiple trips. Now, certainly those days are behind us, and when I even think about doing that, it doesn't even hardly sound reasonable. In fact, it sounds like maybe everything's not up there that should be. But the fact was, we so much wanted to see people in the house of God, and we're willing to do whatever we had to do.
Bree and Sienna were a couple of young girls that we picked up on the bus when they were younger, and they were about 6 and 7 years old, and to this day we still pick them up on the bus. They're 17 and almost 18 currently, and their lives, they still remember those times on the bus of of when their lives were a mess and things were going on at home that they had no control over, that they would just come on the bus and it was a safe place for them to be.
Well, certainly today we don't have to cram 14 people in a car or even in a van. But if we can all work together, we can really make the relationship with God that we so share and appreciate real to many people that otherwise couldn't get.
Reach so many people. Sometimes my van has been so full, van drivers have had to make a couple of trips to take people home and to pick people up. So it's a great asset to the church because there are a lot of people out there like me that is unable to provide transportation for themselves.
So I would encourage all of you. I know we certainly want to get behind this and do our part to help Brother Justin and the team do whatever needs to be done to provide transportation. And so I commend him, I commend the team, thank them for what has already been done, but I certainly want to encourage all of us as a church body to get behind this, and let's be the apostolics of Canton that God has called us to be. God bless.